Whether it is their first flights or just the first one this summer, having the right items in your kids' carry-on can make all the difference at 30,000 feet. Joining us this morning with tips to keep those little travelers happy is our travel expert, Natalie Preddie. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim.
Very topical because we were just coming off a flight this weekend.
Absolutely, but you didn't have any kids with you, if I remember correctly.
It was perfect. And there was other people on the flight with kids, and I'm just like, oh, I feel so bad for you. Is that bad? Is that bad? I know. Because we have brought the kids. You have 3 kids, I have 3 kids, and like bringing them on the flight.
Separate kids, 6 between us. Let's not start any rumors, Tim.
Well, they do get really excited. I know your kids do, because your kids do travel a fair bit.
Yeah,
mine not so
do,
much, but they get excited when they go on the
Of course,
plane.
they're so pumped. Every time we go past the airport, they're like,
Sure.
when are we going next? Oh, I'm so excited. But they're pretty good. They know what to expect when it comes to getting on a plane.
Okay.
So I always say, before you even board the plane, let's talk about a direct flight, because that makes all the difference, especially with kids. You don't want to get off the plane, have to run to your gate, try to make some, if there's any delays, it's just disaster. Don't do it, book a direct flight.
I know it might be a little bit more money, but that money is going to be well spent of the headaches that you're going to have to deal with getting them on and off the plane.
100%.
Okay.
Do it. Second of all, also reserve your seats together. I was just on a flight with my middle one, and there was a mother who was not seated with her kids, her young kids.
On purpose?
I know. I'm like, how do I do that? How do I? Hello?
The kids were
the kids
she was
were
right
by
behind them?
themselves. No, she was like
Somewhere else on the plane?
on the plane, which sounds glorious, but also, that's a lot for everyone else involved, right?
Well, for your neighbors, because...
Exactly. They're going to be asking them for water and everything, right?
Okay.
And also, if you're on a long flight, kid-friendly meals. Kid-friendly meals.
Do you have to request that?
So you do, because you don't want, when they come by with the cart, you don't want them to get to you, and they're like, oh, we're all out of pizza. So
Right.
you want to make sure you order them ahead of time.
You book that ahead of time.
Okay, so we're going to pack our carry-on.
Right.
Here you go.
Whose bag's this?
This is Charlie's bag.
Perfect, Charlie.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Thank you, Charlie.
So let's start with snacks. We talked about food. Snacks are key. Don't even try to get on a plane without snacks.
Can you bring whatever you want to?
So
is
you
there a limit?
can, right? But when it comes to vegetables, you have to finish them on the plane. You cannot bring vegetables into another country.
Oh, that makes sense.
Invasive species,
Sure.
that sort of thing. So you can bring them on. And when it comes to water bottles as well, if your child is 2 or under, you can bring a full water bottle on. You can bring formula on. You can bring milk on, because they are under 2.
Okay.
But if they're over 2, you got to empty it, refill it when you get past.
So we have a backpack for each kid.
Absolutely, each child.
Because there's
gets
not
their own
much room
backpack.
in the upper bins
There
these
is
days.
not, but luckily these go under the seat in front of them, so they can access it throughout the flight as well.
So water bottle.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
This is where you want to bring your books. So I've got kids' books.
How many books are you bringing per kid?
Like maybe 1 bigger book,
Okay.
A doodle book maybe. This is good.
Oh, this is a doodle book is
Doodle
good
book
because
will
they can
keep
always be working on stuff.
And a game. This game has been all over the world with us. It's Magnet Bingo, and it's 10 out of 10.
Okay, so we're putting.
One of
So let's
these.
say Charlie is getting 3 things.
Charlie's going to get 3 things.
Okay.
Charlie's also going to get a tablet, because this is not the time to decide you don't want your child to have screen time. Lean into the screen time. Download everything beforehand. Don't forget that. I've actually made that mistake before. And make sure you've got all of their favorites.
Because a lot of the flights, some might not have the screen on the
might not have
TV,
the
and then even like the headphone thing
The
might not work.
headphones, but you want to have one with a jack just in case.
So you feel bad at how much screen time they have on
No,
a plane?
not on a plane.
Okay.
They can watch it the entire time.
Okay.
And then, of course, something new. I like a little toy. So sometimes we wrap these up, so they have to open the present, so there's a little bit of novelty there. Yeah. So these are like little Legos that they can do.
Even if you had a couple of these, it depends on how long your flight is, I guess.
Yes.
But in the past, when we've taken our little kids on, even if we had 2 or 3, where they're kind of bored with this, and then the next present comes out.
And then open the next present, absolutely.
Okay, we got a minute 30. So
and then, of course, so extra clothes in a dry fit bag. So if there are any If there are
Any,
any accidents, then you
yes.
can, you put them in a dry fit bag. And of course, comfort items.
Well, we need a stuffy, a
You
favorite
need a stuffy, a little squishmallow. This little guy, I think his name is Goosey, and a blanket. I mean, my little ones have blankets. I don't know if yours have blankets.
Maybe not as much anymore, but they do.
But they
would have
do.
those.
They do. Okay, so you're ready to go.
Speaking of your guys.
Yeah.
Your guys are here today.
Hi,
Come on.
guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so let's hear. Where's the microphone? Let me get the microphone,
right.
and we want to do introductions here now.
Okay,
Okay, so
all right.
who is everybody? What's your name?
My name is Jamie. I do karate and I really like it.
Yeah, you really like it. How old are you, Jamie?
6.
You're 6. Okay, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Charlie. I'm 8 years old, and I really like sports. If you see my room, you're probably gonna see sports everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And who's this little guy behind you?
Who's this little dude?
His name's Archie.
Hi, Archie. How old are you, Archie?
4.
Four.
And I like to play baseball.
Oh, baseball. Good stuff.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Can you say we're going? Come on, boys. We got to go to break. Can you say more BT right after this?
More beat.